Hello and welcome to the Mines, everybody. Welcome to Deep Rock Galactic, where today we're going to be going over 10 very useful tips for beginners. At number 10, we have always look up. This one is pretty important in Deep Rock because even experienced players don't do this, myself included, but there is threats that can come from anywhere in Deep Rock, even more so with the Season 5 enemies. So be sure to always scan the area before you really rush right in, because you never know when a leech or a grabber is going to get you. At least grabbers make noise, leeches kind of do, but they're very difficult to tell, so be sure to clear the room of that first. It also helps if you have a scout that can light up the room quickly. Tip number 2, always keep your health topped off, at least when the opportunity arrives. It's always best to be at full health in Deep Rock Galactic, so if you ever walk by Red Sugar, always take a look at your health bar and see if you're missing any health. It can be really easy to lose some health, whether it be to fall damage, friendly fire, or just from the bugs attacking you. So be sure to check that out and make sure that you always have the full health. Perks like Vampire and Sweet Tooth can help a lot with this too, as Vampire allows you to kill the bugs for health, or robots, or really anything for health, and Sweet Tooth will just make your health go even further than it already did. The only time you probably don't want to be taking Red Sugar and you're missing health is when you're only missing a little bit and you have another teammate on your team that's missing a lot of health, in which case then you probably want them to have the health over you. But if everybody's roughly at the same health, don't feel bad about grabbing health. Also, don't feel bad about knocking health down, because it is just going to be easier for yourself or allies to just run across it and grab that health as you go. Tip number 3, use power attacks often. This is really good and something that I don't see a whole lot of new players utilize a whole lot. You probably want to upgrade this right away for your pickaxe. It is the very first upgrade, and this will allow you to power attack. In order to do this, right click on mouse so that you swing your pickaxe, and then left click so that you power attack with it. It also has a very high chance of stunning enemies, and this does count as melee damage, which is really good because almost every enemy in the game is weak to melee damage. The power attack also comes up pretty often, so don't worry about using this as often as you would like. This will help you clear up swarms a little bit easier. It'll make it so you don't run through ammo as fast. You can also just throw in regular attacks with the pickaxe too on smaller enemies like swarmers. You can just one-shot them, which is really nice. You can also one-shot swarmers with regular pickaxe attacks. The power attack can do a lot of damage to most enemies, being able to one-shot regular grunts. You can one-shot slashers if you hit them in the head with it too, and if you get upgrades to do more damage, then you can kill certain other enemies too. It also helps when fighting oppressors because they are weak to melee, and throwing in power attacks can do a lot of damage to them. Number 4, daily beers. Be sure to be on the lookout for daily beers. These ones can help you as they give you a buff going into the next stage, whatever that stage might be. These ones also linger if you're going on a deep dive, so you do keep it for the entirety of the deep dive. But these can be super helpful bonuses, like getting you more pickaxe damage, having faster power attacks on them, giving you more overall health, making it so you take less damage from falls. There's a lot of really good daily beers, and there's no real reason not to take them, especially if you're going on a deep dive. Assuming that you just didn't run yourself out of beer money, in which case, then I guess that would be a reason not to take it. Tip number 5 is managing ammo. Be sure to always try to run out of ammo with everything at about the same rate. This is really going to help, as anytime that you get a resupply, this refills 50% of your total ammo with everything. So be sure to be using your primary, your secondary, your grenade, and your tool as often as you can, or as often as one another. That way you're not running out of ammo with just your primary and only have your secondary left, or vice versa, and this will just get you more value in the long run. You could also run Resupplier with this, which is a really strong perk. It makes it so you can get resupplies faster, as well as they give you bonus health, so you get even more value from resupplies, which is really nice. Tip number 6, ping and press V pretty often. This one is probably one of the first lessons that you're going to learn in Deep Rock, but it is a valuable lesson to learn right away. Assuming that you're not playing solo, and even in solo the pings can be useful because they tell Bosco where to go. More importantly, in multiplayer, you can ping valuable things, and you can ping teammates as well. That way you can get teammates' attention so that they can help you out in whatever way that you need. Whether you need extra ammo, or whether you need a platform, or whether you need a zipline cable across something. Pushing V to Rock and Stone is one of the most important things to do in Deep Rock because everybody in the community absolutely loves doing this, and it's a good way to keep morale up. Speaking of keeping morale up, tip number 7, be sure to pet the loot bugs. You can actually pet a lot of stuff in Deep Rock, like a lot of things. If you're ever wondering what you can pet, just start pushing E next to it, assuming that you're on keyboard. It'll be a different button on controller, but you can do this with so many things. If you pet the loot bugs, there's also a chance that they spit out either gold or nitra for you, which is very nice. You can also do something similar to this if you find one of the foam blasters. This was really common in the previous seasons, where you can use this to spray the loot bugs, and that way you don't actually have to kill them if you don't want, and you can just keep getting materials from them, which is very nice. This isn't unlimited, the loot bugs will run out eventually, but this is a way to not kill them. And again, be sure to press E on just about everything because you can pet a lot of stuff in this game. Tip number 8, be sure to upgrade your suit. Your suit is very important, and I would recommend that you max it out first. The main reason for this is that the suit is kind of unique, where its upgrades actually give you a certain amount of total health. This is 5 health per level, and that is a pretty significant boost in health overall. So even if you're not going to be using everything on your suit, I would recommend maxing it out first. Tip number 9, faster reloads and faster deposits. These are not quite the same, but a lot of weapons you can faster reload if you would like to. The way that you do this is when you go to reload, as soon as you see the ammo actually go into the magazine and you see the number at the bottom change, then let go of your pickaxe so that way you put it away and bring up your weapon immediately. This will skip the rest of the animation for the reload. This does make quite a bit of difference in terms of speed on certain weapons like the Warthog and the M1000. This affects a lot. The autocannon is another one, although that one has a slow reload regardless. This isn't the greatest on every weapon though. Weapons like the Zukovs actually don't really reload any faster from this. It's actually a little bit slower if you do this because the animation cancel actually is slower than the reload speed itself. So this doesn't work for every weapon, but it does work for a lot of weapons in Deep Rock. You can also quick deposit into Molly if you'd like, or really any deposit area, by simply pressing to hold deposit, so this is E by default on mouse and keyboard, and then spamming your pickaxe. This will also cancel the deposit animation and make it faster so that you can deposit more material into Molly faster, which can actually be pretty useful in certain situations. I almost always forget to do this one because half the time when I'm playing Deep Rock, I'm streaming and I'm just looking at the chat while I'm trying to just deposit. It is a very useful skill to learn though. And then number 1, quick mining. You can actually do this for quite a lot of things. The main use is probably going to be for mining though. And this is, as soon as the pickaxe hits, release your pickaxe button, you'll put it away and then press it again. This cancels the animation of going all the way through, so your pickaxe swings come out a little bit faster. You have to be careful with this though, because you can screw it up, and if you screw up your momentum, you're just going to be pickaxe canceling and not hitting anything. So it can actually end up being slower than just regular pickaxe mining, but if you get the rhythm down, you can actually mine faster than you otherwise would. This also doesn't just apply to mining because this works for everything that pickaxe can do. So if you're hitting bugs, you can actually cancel this and hit them a little bit quicker, making it so that your melee attacks actually stack up a little bit faster. This can be actually pretty useful, especially if you want to be triggering Vampire, or if you have the Daily Beer of Skull Crushers that gets you extra damage on melee hits with your pickaxe. So that can be really nice. Hopefully this helped you out a little bit. Thank you guys so very much for watching it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you next time. Rock and stone, everyone. Bye-bye.